Deposits. Chapter number 5, Standard 12 Commerce. We are now going to study deposits under Companies Act 2013. We have already studied this topic under Chapter 2, Sources of Corporate Finance. Here we are going to study about the introduction to deposits and the acceptance of deposits. Let us now understand what is the meaning of deposits. Deposits are a type of borrowed capital. This type of capital is usually borrowed for fulfilling the short-term requirements of an organization. We have already studied the definition of deposits. As per section 231, deposits includes any receipt of money by way of deposit or loan or in any other form by a company, but does not include such categories as may be prescribed in consultation with the Reserve Bank of India. Therefore, from this we can know that deposits is the money that is received from the members, or we can say from the general public. This money, when it is borrowed, deposits are borrowed when the company is having any type of securities. Therefore, this money is going to be borrowed from the people only when the company has incorporated and after several number of years. The risk factor. As such, deposits are a type of borrowed capital, and the only risk that it faces is that the deposits have to be repaid as and when it has been assured. If a company is unable to repay the deposits in the due period of time, then the companies may face several punishments and fines. The punishments and the fines may also lead to non-acceptance of deposits. That is, the company may not be allowed to accept deposits in the future. Type of loan. Deposits are a type of short-term borrowings. Acceptance of deposits. Under this, we are now going to study as to which companies can accept deposits and which companies cannot accept deposits. All companies under the Companies Act can accept deposits, but there are certain limitations. A banking company, those deposits accepted by a banking company cannot be called as a deposit under this act, because Now, let us observe those companies that can collect deposits from members and public. First of all, from the members. Private company. Private company, that is wherein there are limited shareholdership. There are only 200 shareholders. That is the maximum limit for private companies. Such companies can accept the deposits from the members and directors or relatives of those directors. Public company other than eligible company. Such public companies can accept the deposits from its members and the directors. Eligible public company. Eligible public company means those companies which are having a net worth of not less than 100 crores. Net crores means the total of the paid up capital that a company has plus its free reserves, or which we say as the general reserves, plus if any securities premium account, that is when the shares are being issued at a premium. So that amount is called as the premium account. So all this taken together and deduction of any of the losses that has taken place or any such extra expenses have taken place. After that, whatever is left is called as the net worth. So if such net worth, it has to be less than 100 crores, or when a company is having a turnover, that is the income from the sales for a particular period. For example, for one financial year. So that is called as the turnover. And so if this turnover is not less than 500 crores, and that has to be obtained a prior approval. So if a company is having its net turnover of not less than 500 crores, and if the shareholders are agreeing to it. A special resolution is being passed at the general meeting, and then such companies are called as the eligible public companies. Such eligible public companies also can accept deposits from the members and the public. From public, eligible public companies.